Hey everybody, Coach MJ with tonight's version of TriRight Coaching Live. Thank you so much for hopping in. Tonight's topic is how to build swim speed. So 9 times out of 10, when I'm asking athletes what their weakest point is or where they could use the most help or improvement or suggestions, oh gosh, I would probably say 80% of the time it's the swim. So, and what's really cool about that is that that's my specialty. That's my strength. I can help you. So, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to get into this. Hey, Candace. Hey, Aaron. Hi, Lisa. Christine. Jackie. What's up, y'all? Thank you so much for hopping in. Oh, tonight, I'm giving away a pair of goggles. These. Okay? So, if you are in the market for a new pair of goggles and you really just don't want to pay for them, you could win. You know what you have to do though? Tonight is different. So the bonus link is not working, as many of you found out from last week. So what I'm doing this week, you have to post a picture of your goggles. And I'm going to pick from the saddest looking pair of goggles, whatever looks worse, who's got the absolute most junkiest, worst, worn out, not good goggles. And then I'm going to pick it and I'm going to give you a pair of goggles. So all you got to do is post a picture of your goggles in the comments below, and then I'm gonna pick a winner. Hey Karen. Okay guys, thank you so much for hopping in. Tonight's topic, again, how to build your swim speed, because here is one of the #1 things that I hear people doing, and this is why you're not getting better in the swim, guys, because you just go to the pool and you just swim. You just swim. You just go for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is. That is not going to help you get better. It's not. It's just like you guys, well, you could do it. I mean, if your race is coming up and let's just say it's a sprint triathlon, it's 800 meters. And so you want to get to the pool and you want to make sure you swim 800, 800, 800 so that you know that you can do it. Yes, you're going to be able to do it. However, do you want to get better? Do you want to be faster? Do you not want the swim to be your Achilles tendon, right? Achilles heel, Achilles tendon, you know what I'm saying. You don't want that to hold you back. So you have to mix things up. Hey, Roger! Hey, Tara, Lara, Mendy, Russ, what up, guys? All right, so I'm going to tell you tonight what you need to do so that you can be a faster swimmer. Now, there are definitely some prerequisites to what I'm about to give you. So like #1, you have to have good technique. Now you don't have to be perfect, because I got to be honest with you, nobody is. I don't care who you are. And I tell this story all the time to clients that I give swim lessons to. When I went through, so USMS has 4 levels of coaching certification. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 is your beginner. Right? He's somebody who just starts out, and then there's level 2, level 3, level 4. There are only about, I can't remember how many, you guys, but not that many, maybe 50, maybe 75 now. USMS Masters, like United States Masters coaches, are level 4. So I am level 4. Okay? Woohoo! But one of the things they have us do is they show us video of these swimmers and ask us what we would recommend, how they could improve. You know what they're doing? They're showing us Olympic swimmers. And you know what? There's coaches yelling out, they're doing this, they should do that. So the whole point of that is, you guys, everybody could stand to improve, no matter who you are. So #1, you've got to have good technique. And I'm not saying you have to be perfect, but you definitely want to be a good swimmer, not a great swimmer, before you try to build speed. If you're not at that good status yet, then you need to work on technique first, because technique will get you faster ultimately anyway. Hey, Natalie. Hey, Valeriano. Is that right? Is that how I say it? Okay. So 1, you have to already know how to swim. 2, you have to have good technique. 3, you need to have a schedule that can accommodate at least 3 days a week in the pool. And a lot of people, especially in the winter, triathletes, you guys are weird, because you think that you don't need to swim in the winter. It's the smallest portion of the triathlon. I don't need to do it. I don't need to do flip turns either. Okay, then guess what? Your swim split is not going to improve. Please don't quit swimming in the winter. I'm not saying that you have to put in the volume that you put in a normal training season, but when you go 3, 4 months, 5 months out of the pool, when you come back, you are worse than when you left. I mean, it doesn't stay with you that long. So you need to keep consistent. And one of the things, like me personally, if I'm out of the water for 2 weeks, when I get back in, it doesn't feel right for a while till I get a few workouts in. So 2 weeks, every 2 weeks. I would tell you at least once a week, all right? Hey, Jackie. Yes, good. Oh, hey, Jason. Thanks for hopping on. Hey, congrats on your triathlon today. Awesome. Okay. The other thing is you're going to need to have a watch or a clock, somewhere that you can watch yourself. What I want to steer you guys all away from is just going to swim for 30 minutes and just not doing anything else. I'm gonna try and steer you away from that. And not always. Like, I always have my athletes do some, like once every couple of weeks, maybe do a long workout like that where you just don't do any sets, you just do time. But for the most part, that's not what you should do. You really need to add some other stuff, which we're gonna talk about. Okay, and then the last thing, you have to be ready to commit to getting faster in the water, because I hear a lot of people say that they want to be a better swimmer and it really stinks, they really want to improve, but then they don't want to actually do the work to get there, right? So you really have to want to commit to it. All right, so if you want to win the free goggles, let's go back to this. The link is broken and my web guy is like busy. Okay, so what you need to do if you want to win these goggles, all you got to do is post a picture of your goggles, your current goggles, and I'm going to pick the most sorry looking goggles. I'm going to look through all those goggles, and whoever's got the worst looking pair, you're going to get these because these are good. I just want to help you guys. I want to set you up. I want to set you up for success. Okay, so number one, you need to schedule workouts at least 3 to 4 times a week. One thing with swimming, and I tell people this all the time, it's not about duration, it's more about frequency. Okay? And a lot of people struggle with that concept. It's, especially myself included. So, even when I'm out of the water, and I've been out of the water for a while, when I'm out of the water for a while and I come back in, I don't go in and swim for an hour. I don't go in and swim like 3,000 yards. No. I'll go in and swim for a half hour. I'm going to start there and then build back up. But I'm going to go a half hour for maybe 5 days of a week and then build up. Okay? So swimming is muscle memory. You are going to get better and you're going to get faster if you're in the pool for shorter, more frequent sessions. For example, let's say you only have 3 hours a week that you want to dedicate to swimming. That's it. What do most people do? They'll break it down to 2 90-minute sessions or maybe 3 1-hour sessions. If you come from a competitive swimming background, you could probably do that. Again, I don't. I mean, and I come from a swimming background. I don't do that when I first start. I will go with, 6 30-minute sessions. Okay? Just keep going. And then as it starts to come back and you start to see the times drop, then you can add a little bit more time. Okay, so frequency versus duration. Frequency is always going to benefit you. Now, if you're getting ready for your Ironman and you're about 2 months out, you better be swimming longer than 30 minutes. But especially now, like, the January timeframe, February timeframe, and that's why I put this video here at this time of year. Because now is when you want to try and maybe start working on a little bit of this speed in your swim now, so that when it gets nice outside and you start running more outside and you're riding outside, you can drop your swim volume. So I would put the swim volume up. I would jump it up now. All right. So 3 to 4 workouts a week. And what you want to include in those workouts are a number of things. Technique, right? So when I coach my masters or I even give my workouts to my athletes, we have drills. We have drills in almost every workout, because no matter who you are, you can always stand to improve your swim. Okay, so you want to focus on some technique. You want to make sure you're doing it right. You want some drills. You want some refresher. Number 2 is endurance. You do want to do some long sets. So you're not always swimming 25 yards at a time or 50 yards at a time. Maybe you're swimming some 200s, some 400s, some 800s. All right? You want to do that. And then 3 is you want to do some threshold work. And we're going to get to threshold in the pool because I want to say it's very different. It's harder to manage, harder to figure out, because when you do a threshold test, say on the bike or the run, you can just put your little Garmin watch on, your heart rate monitor, and you just go, right? You can do that. You can get a lactic threshold test, which we talked about last week. You can do that. The swim is harder. And people generally don't, coaches, we generally don't do lactate threshold tests in the pool. Number one, because you stop swimming and then I'm going to take blood at the pool. I'm not going to do that. And then have you swim and then get blood in the pool? No, not going to work that way. So have to do it a little differently. And that's what we're going to talk about, is to find your T-pace. T-pace means threshold pace. It's also referred to as CSS, which is critical swim speed. It's basically like your threshold pace, like on a bike or a run. All right. So how do you figure that out? I don't want to say it's super complicated, because it's really not, but it's too much for me to write on this board. It's going to be in my blog post this week, so I'm going to encourage you to check that out. But there are, I put in 3 different ways to test what your T-pace is, and it really depends on what level swimmer you are. Okay, so there's a, you can do a 1,000-yard time trial, you can do 3 300s, or you can do 3 100s, right? So if you're a newer swimmer, do not do the 1,000-yard time trial. You're not ready for that. And that's okay. That's okay. So ultimately what we're trying to do is find out what is your threshold pace. So we have to test it, right? We have to have you go and swim it. So if you're a newer swimmer, 3 by 100, that's going to be a challenge for you. Hey Carrie, hey Mike, hey Cindy, what's up? How about older athletes like me? I'm in your 60s. Okay, Val, 60's not old. Just 60's the new 40. That's all I'm saying. But the same thing, this does not matter. Your age does not matter when I'm talking about this, because your threshold is individual to you. It's individual to you. I could be, a 130 pace, and somebody much younger than me could be a 150 pace. It's more about your ability than it is about your age when we're talking about the threshold. It's the same thing with a bike and a run, right? It's your fitness level, all right? It's your fitness level and what you can do. So I've seen many 70-year-old men who can beat the youngins. I do. So it's like, again, it's all about your ability. So what we want to do, and like I said, I'm going to put it in the blog post. You can message me here if you want me to send you an advanced version, because it's already written. It doesn't go out until Thursday. But if you'd like to really, really know this, and you want to build your swim speed, and you want to know how to calculate your T-pace, message me. I'll send you an advanced copy of the blog post, which tells you how to calculate it. But again, there's three different tests based on your ability. So you need to assess. Again, most people are probably not at the 1,000 yard time trial. Most people are not, and that's okay. But you people who have swam in high school, in college, and you've been swimming for years, Russ, you could probably do the 1,000, and that would be a good time trial for you. All right. Hey, Maribel. Hey, Carrie. Oh, it's so good to see you here. Again, guys, last time, freebie. Well, I shouldn't say last time. I'm going to tell you one more time. I'm giving away this pair of goggles. There's no bonus link this week. What you need to do, I dropped them. What you need to do if you want to win these goggles is post a picture of your current goggles. And I'm going to look at all the pictures of the goggles that are posted, and when I look at your goggles, whoever's got the worst looking goggles, no offense, whoever's got the worst looking goggles, I'm going to send you new ones. Okay? Meryl, different time zone. Oh, awesome. Well, is that good? Good? Not good? Okay. So once you find your T-pace, right, this is going to be your threshold. It's like, you guys, it's like your FTP, right? If you understand that. It's like your threshold pace in a run. So once you find it in the swim, then that's when I want you to do zone training in the pool. And again, it's very similar to biking and running, and that you want to do sets. So what you'll see, at least in my master's practices, I'll have you do hundreds or 200s, and I'll give you an interval to do them on. So it doesn't matter what the interval is. So if I have you doing hundreds on the 145, I know that you're probably holding them at 135 and you're not getting a whole lot of rest. So it's about learning how to put forth a consistent effort with a minimal amount of rest. All right? That's how you're going to improve, and that's how you're going to get better over time. A lot of people will try and just sprint their way to being faster, and you guys, it doesn't always work that way. Not going to work that way. I'm not home. I'm in Florida. You're in Florida. Lucky you, girl. You're going to an Ironman meeting in Tampa? Great, girl. Well, hook me up. Tell them about these awesome videos. Anyway, okay. So it's not just about going over. So a lot of people, what they'll want to do is sprint all the time in the pool. And while I do believe there's a place for sprinting, it's not something that you should do every single time, all the time. Technique, endurance, threshold. All of those components. Now, you can do... I'll try to put a little bit of technique in all of the workouts and then work on threshold or endurance. But you don't have to do it that way. You can pick one workout a week where you work on endurance, and then one work on threshold, and then one work on, sprints. You can do it that way. But that's the point, is to break it up. It's just like in the CT studio. We'll do a POPs ride. We do a tempo ride. POPs is high over 100%. Tempo ride, and then an endurance ride. Okay? Same with the run. Interval run, tempo run, endurance run. That's what I want you to do at your swim. Although technique needs to be a little bit more, because it's a little more critical in the swim than it is in the other sports. But a little bit of technique in every workout, and then have an interval workout, a tempo workout, endurance workout. Got it? How much rest is too much? If doing sets of 100 is 10 to 20 seconds a good rest time? Yeah, Jason, great question. I would say closer to the 10 seconds. My hundreds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, depends on how hard you're trying to do those, but 20 seconds is too much rest for 100. Unless you're doing like a time trial kind of thing, where then I might even go like 30 seconds or a minute. That's a great question. Hey, Cherie, thank you for hopping in. All right, guys, last time. If you want to win these goggles, all you have to do is post a picture of your current goggles. Show me how much you need a new pair. I'm just going to give this one pair of goggles to the most neediest person watching this video. And if you're not watching live, I'm not going to pick the winner until next Sunday, just a couple hours before this broadcast, so you can still post a picture of your goggles if you're watching this on the replay. All right. What overall swim TSS do you like to see your athletes for? A 70.3 or a 140.6? Aaron, great question. Great question. I don't really do, and you're talking about TSS, you're talking about training stress score. I'm talking about CSS, critical swim speed. So that's just a little bit different. Oh gosh. That's a loaded question, and I will address that with you offline. But are you talking for training, or are you talking for the race itself? I guess that's my question. Okay. But I will talk with you about that, but that is a good question. All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much for hopping in. Join me next week. Again, I forgot. I know that there's a topic. Oh, wait. Oh, I remember what the topic is. Next week's topic is how to add intervals into your training. So we talked about that. That's what you should do, right? We talked about that's what you need to do. Now, how do you put that into your training? So that's what next week's topic is going to be. So please join me here again live next Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time. If you found this video helpful and you know someone who could use this information, please feel free to share it. I would appreciate that. Put a picture of your goggles in the comments below if you want to win a new free pair. And I will see you all next week. Have a great training week, and I'll see you again soon.